Hi, my name is Joan Ranquet. I'm an animal communicator and author of Communication with All Life, Revelations of an Animal Communicator, and a new book coming out called Energy Healing for Animals. And I wanted to talk a little bit about one of the things that's in this book, Communication with All Life. I have a whole section here called Creative Tools, and it's all kind of like ideas and energy work and different sort of tools to help you and your animal companions have more harmony or an easier time with maybe a behavioral issue or even wellness. And today we're going to talk about the top 10 list. And the top 10 list is a really important tool. The story I tell in the book is about a woman who had been to, she had a horse at this barn, and the horse would spook at everything, and it was really upsetting her, and she was just absolutely over the edge with the horse. I mean, she was very upset with the horse, and so it was the last horse. It was one of those days where I was talking to a bunch of horses, and it was the last horse of the day, and everybody was saying, oh boy, when you get to this horse. So I get to the horse, and he was a beautiful Arab, and he was standing in his stall, and he seemed very sad, like he had really not only been sort of pushed out of the world, of her world, but he was also kind of pushed out of the rest of the world, and he knew he had disappointed her. So one of the things that he had said to me was that he was really trying to help her, and she laughed out loud and said, oh really? You know, she was pretty indignant about that. She said, well then why does he always spook at everything? And then we started connecting, you know, the three of us, almost a three-way conversation at that point. And it really was, he didn't know how to help her. And he didn't know how, in particular, at this place. He wasn't really a dressage horse, and it was a whole series of things. But I knew at the core of it, somewhere, the two of them had loved each other, and it was fading, and it was fading fast, and she didn't know what to do with him. So she had, and when I say he spooked, I'm saying he spooked. Like, he did some pretty dangerous things, very theatrical. So anyway, I said, I would love for you to make a top 10 list, the top 10 things you love the most about this horse. And I want you to email these to me. This is back in like 2001, 2002. And I remember it was about 6 months before I ever heard from her. And what she finally said was, yeah, this was really hard. She said the first couple of things I was just kind of making up, and I would write some stuff down, and I'd get frustrated again, and I would completely just give up on it. So meanwhile, she'd moved the horse out to pasture, out to you know, where he could be out in a pasture and not in a big facility. And in the course of that, she kept writing like one thing, like maybe once a week she'd come back to this list, and she was just still so upset with him because she was disappointed in her hopes for dressage and a number of other things. So eventually she kept at it, and then one day it hit her. The horse had gotten her through her divorce and a number of other emotional things. So then the last three items on the top 10 list were really big. So the first, you know, item was something like, he's really cute. But by the end, she really got to the deliciousness of their relationship and how he'd really helped her. And then, and that thrilled her. And then, this spooky horse, later on, she wrote to me about another year later and said that she started trail riding him. I mean, this guy, of all guys, wouldn't be somebody I'd be out trail riding, but she started trail riding him. And she said the best thing that ever happened was at some point another set of horses were coming down the trail, and she moved him off the trail, and all of the people commented on what a polite guy he was and what a perfect gentleman he was. And she knew she'd really graduated with him, so to speak. So the top 10 list might not take you 6 months to come up with, but it's something that's going to be really powerful, because sometimes we're really upset. We don't realize that we're upset because we've been disappointed, we've been frustrated, we've been hurt. We get our feelings hurt. And so when and sometimes we're just plain old angry. Or we're sad that we don't have the relationship we once did. So the top 10 list is a really great way to rejuvenate, to get excited again, and to come at the relationship with fresh eyes.